What's up, guys? I'm Jesse. This is Spartan Overland. And if you can't tell, it's already summertime in North Carolina. And that means it's hot. So we decided it's time to step up our water game. That is where the OPENROAD off-road 10-gallon water tank comes into play. So let's talk about it.
So this thing is huge. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, so it is. And I underestimated that.
Admittedly, the box showed up and I was like, whoa, did we get another awning?
Yeah, it's very comparable in size. So we've been using a 4-gallon water port. So when we ordered this, that was my frame of reference. I was like 10 gallons. This one's 4 gallons. It's this big.
A little over 2 of these.
Yeah, but it's longer than that.
It's longer than the bed.
It is, which is the next thing we'll get into, which is mounting solutions and all that. But the product itself, something different from the water port. This is aluminum. It's aluminum, it's 10 gallons. To pressurize it, it has pressurization chuck fittings on the end here. They say up to 30 pounds. I've read reviews, plenty of people put it up to 40. 40 is what the water port does.
Okay.
It has quick detach fitting. And something I really like that the water port doesn't have is a little window where we can see how much we've got
so
left.
we're not guessing, you know, we've used it for a day and a half, we might be halfway. Now we can visually see that. That is very nice.
So when in your box, you're gonna have the tank, you're gonna have a quick detach shower head.
I like this little thing.
Yeah, it has on off, stop start.
Yeah.
It has head settings
Different.
like your house shower does.
Right, okay.
Then you're gonna have an instruction manual.
I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it stretches. It's any of you who have ever used a corded phone are familiar with a coiled hose. So it's gonna have the instruction manual, which is really just like a quick little paper here.
Nobody looks at those anyway. No, I'm kidding.
It has mounting brackets, which I've already modified. They look like this originally. You're gonna have some hardware, nuts and bolts, washers, and that's pretty much it. So to speak on what I just said, a lot of people mount these to their roof racks. But I don't want to, for a few reasons. We've got stuff up there
I was
already.
gonna say we've already got stuff on both, on both sides of the truck, so it wasn't really an option.
And they do that for a reason. I mean, how's your hand feeling right now?
It's pretty warm. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if this was getting direct sun, it would probably make the water not so
Yeah.
when it's time to use
That's
it.
the technical term, by the
Ooh.
way. Not so but I don't want, and also 10 gallons of water, that's like 88 pounds.
It feels like it would throw you off a little bit if it's hanging off the
Sloshing
side as
some of
opposed to.
So all that to say, I didn't want to put it on the roof rack. Where does it go?
Well, that was a question we were asking ourselves, and I'm sure you've noticed some of the scuffs and the marring.
That's not from OPENROAD.
No,
That's from
it didn't
me.
show up that way. It is that way now because we spent some time before the video answering that question. Where does it go?
So this isn't a fabrication video, so I'm not gonna document how I modified these brackets.
We're gonna give you a little bit of details though, just a simple how his brain worked, but you're not gonna see how he made them.
And so, like Daisy said a minute ago, this is longer than my 6-foot bed. So my original plan of strap it down on top of the drawers inside the bed doesn't work. I can't close the tailgate. So my solution is under the roof rack in the corner. How do you mount that? It has tracks, as you can see. It's got tracks for hardware to mount them to the roof rack, but how can I utilize those? So my answer was to modify these brackets. Well, I made a little bracket, it clamps over and bolts through. We'll get into that in a minute. And I used something a lot of you are familiar with, I'm sure,
Cardboard.
Cardboard CAD. Cardboard CAD to design my brackets. And I think it's gonna work. So now, I think...
At this point, I believe the mounting system's gonna work. I think at this point, the one thing I'm questioning is the fill-up valve, or the fill-up port is on the top. Yeah. This is gonna be between, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's where it has to be. But this is gonna be between the top of this and the bottom of the roof rack. So there's not gonna be a whole lot of space.
So the question is,
will we be able to fill it up conveniently?
There's only one way to find out.
So let's throw it on there and find out.
All right, so I'm gonna mount this, like I said, under the roof rack.
So tell us about that big hole in the bottom of that bracket and why you put that there.
So when my first iteration of this, I did not drill that big old hole in there. And getting my wrench up into this little crevice to hold this in place was not a great time. So I thought, why not just drill a big old hole in there? Okay, so as you can tell, there's a few different tracks for mounting. You've got two on the bottom, one 90 degrees to the side, and one that's kind of 3/4. Provided bolt. So as you can see, these don't fit in any of these. Now, I had some stainless bolts. They fit in the bottom and they fit 90 degrees. They don't even come close to the side. So what we ended up doing is I went to the old Lowe's Home Improvement, and we've got some M6 bolts, and these do fit. It doesn't fit through the front, but that's because of the welding. So if I start it from the rear, down here, so that fits just fine. And then I've got two of the larger ones that I'll slide down the 90-degree side. Y'all love that sound? I know you do. How do I know where to stop it? Because I've marred up the finish and I know exactly where they go. All right, let's put this in the truck. All right, and as you can see, I've got my lovely assistant. Like a glove. Not a lot of room up here. Okay, I think this will work.
Just shut it off.
All right. Close it up. Take the cap off. Little air chuck here. And pressurize. Listen, that's only 12 psi.
Lordy.
All right, so it didn't get all the way up to 30 like it said. Went up to about 20. There we go.
Sounds like he approves.
So these pressure release valves are adjustable. The set nut on that one had come loose in shipping and it likely backed out. So I just tightened it down a little bit, reset the lock nut, and now
Let's see what's going on.
now we can put it to a better pressure without that release valve. So like that's 36 psi.
Ooh. It's like a tire. Ew.
See that? It's much better.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, like that's way better.
Oh yeah.
We have a shower in the house, you know.
Yep, we have one outside now too. Neighbors are gonna love it.
Yep.
Well, and there it is. That is installed and working, and I'm a fan. But this is just part one, actually. There's another part of this that we're gonna add in the next video, because this is great for rinsing and stuff back there. Put the showers over here, and Daisy doesn't love a cold shower. Part two, shower heater. Next time. Oh wait, there's some other stuff I'm supposed to say here?
Yeah.
What was it? You've been really good at it lately.
You guys know the drill. If you're not already subscribed, you should. Thanks for checking us out. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the fabrication that Jesse did and you're just curious, you're welcome to reach out and message us through YouTube or Instagram. And until next time, get out and explore.